Hey everyone, and welcome back. If you follow the K-pop world, you probably know the standard playbook, right? Debut in Korea, build that fan base, then maybe look at Japan or other big markets.
Right, that's the usual trajectory.
But today, we're diving into a group that completely flipped that script. We're talking about N-Team.
That's right, the 9-member group. Hugely successful in Japan first.
And only now, like 3 years after that debut, they've just made their official Korean debut. It's quite a move.
It really is. It's a fascinating strategy. And this isn't just, ticking a box for regional expansion. It feels like something much bigger.
Exactly. So our mission today is to figure out why this Korean debut is being called a symbolic starting line for a group that's already, frankly, sold 1 million copies of a single.
Yeah, we're going to unpack the strategy behind their first Korean mini album, Back to Life. And just so you know, all the insights and quotes we're digging into today come from recent, detailed reporting by Dispatch Voices. Okay, so let's start with that gap. 3 years. They really solidified things in Japan. But the sources are saying this Korean debut isn't just business as usual. There's a whole new look, a new concept. What changed?
Well, it seems like a pretty conscious transformation.
Mm.
The reports emphasize they've really shed any lingering boyishness.
Okay.
The whole vibe now is described as stronger, bolder, and more dramatic. It's not just clothes. It's like an attitude shift demanding a different kind of attention.
More gravitas.
Exactly. And their performances, too, are apparently taking on this, like, cinematic depth, less just pure pop, maybe more storytelling.
Interesting. And the core concept they landed on for this comeback is revived instinct. You see this wolf DNA theme popping up again, but now set to rock hip-hop sounds. For someone who maybe hasn't followed them closely since 2022, what does that revived instinct actually mean here?
I think it signifies that despite their success, maybe even because of it, they need to tap back into something primal, something hungry. Japan was huge for them, no question.
Yeah, you mentioned million selling.
We're talking their third single, Go In Blind. It didn't just sell well, it surpassed 1 million shipments. That got them a million certification from the RIAJ, the Recording Industry Association of Japan.
Wow.
And on top of that, it was named one of the top 5 best albums at the Japan Gold Disc Awards. That's major validation over there.
That's not just success, that's like market dominance in Japan.
Pretty much. So they have the sales, they have the dedicated fans, the RDs, but I think the strategy here suggests that for the global stage they're aiming for, they need a different kind of stamp of approval.
Ah, okay.
So this whole wolf DNA, the revived instinct, it feels like their way of saying, look, we're coming to K-pop's home turf, not as comfortable stars, but as hungry challengers ready to prove ourselves all over again.
Which brings us right to the why now question. Why jump into the Korean market, especially in October, which is notoriously packed with big comebacks? It feels risky when they have such a safe haven in Japan.
It does seem risky on the surface, but I think it's because for a group with their ambitions, they're talking world tours, maybe major festivals like Lollapalooza. Eventually, the Korean market isn't just about sales anymore. It's the global credentialing platform.
Credentialing platform, I like that.
Yeah. Harua, one of the members, actually put it quite clearly. He said K-pop is global now, and proving their mettle in Korea, that's their real step towards being seen as global artists.
So success in Korea validates their quality for like Western media, festival bookers, global playlist curators.
Exactly that. Yuma framed it as both a new beginning and a challenge. He called Korea the home stage of K-pop, a necessary step before heading out to the bigger world.
Makes sense.
And then there's the simple fact that many people don't know them yet outside Japan. Joe pointed out that for anyone who missed their Japanese activities, this is their real introduction, a chance to show 3 years of hard work and growth. It's like a controlled, high-stakes global reboot.
Okay, let's talk about the album itself then, the vehicle for this big move. Back to Life. Maki said it represents their growth, their teamwork, their determination.
Definitely. And you can hear that determination, that strategy in the sound.
Yeah.
The title track, Back to Life, is described as having this sweeping, powerful rock hip-hop feel.
Right.
And the message is pretty direct. Trusting revived instinct and running toward wherever the heart points.
Yeah.
Very much aligned with that challenger mindset we talked about.
And EJ's take on the title, To Live Again. Rising after hardship to face the next challenge. It really does sound almost theatrical, like a mini-movie in song form.
It does. And that cinematic feel seems intentional, especially when you look at the whole track list. There are 6 tracks, including Mismatch, Rush, Heartbreak Time Machine, and Who Am I?
Okay.
And they apparently cover a really wide range. We're talking rock, hip-hop, sure, but also 90s R&B, straight-up dance tracks, even a rock ballad.
That's quite a spread. Is that just showing versatility, or is there a strategy behind that sonic diversity, too?
I think it's definitely strategic. The sources hint they're building a portfolio. Different sounds target different global playlists, different listener moods all at once.
Summer.
But they don't lose that core intensity. Take the track Lunatic. It's described as bright, energetic, funk hip-hop. So it shows a more playful, confident side, proving they're not just one note, but it probably still has that underlying edge.
Now, what really caught my eye was the production team. This wasn't just an in-house affair. It signals this is a serious launch.
Oh, absolutely. This is where you really see the scale of their ambition reflect in the credits. Of course, you had the HYBE strength there, Bang Si, Yuk, Som Agenda,
Foundational.
right, the home team. But then they layered on top of that some serious international firepower. We're talking Grammy-nominated producers, international songwriters, people like Julia Lewis, Tyler Spry, Scotty Dittrich, Mick Coogan, Park Moon-chi.
Okay, wow. That's not just throwing money at it. That feels like building an insurance policy for global appeal. They're mixing that proven Western hit-making sensibility with the K-pop foundation.
That's a great way to put it. It signals they want a sound that isn't just for one region, right? Something engineered to land on those big Spotify or Apple Music playlists worldwide, straight out of the gate.
Yeah, minimizing the risk of sounding too niche, maybe. Going for universal polish while keeping that K-pop performance standard.
Exactly. It's a sophisticated approach.
Okay, so the global team, the sound, it's all geared for success. But let's get practical. Most of the members are Japanese, right? Entering a space dominated by the Korean language, that's a huge hurdle, practically and maybe emotionally, too. How did the sources say they tackled that?
Yeah, that's probably the steepest climb. And it sounds like the members took it incredibly seriously. Harua specifically mentioned working really hard on expressing final consonants and getting the tone variations right during the Korean recording sessions.
Those tiny details that make a huge difference in delivery.
Crucial details if you want the emotion to land with a native Korean audience.
Yeah.
Which, they absolutely need if they're aiming for that #1 spot on music shows.
Right. It shows real commitment. Not just learning the words, but trying to truly connect in a language that's technically challenging for them.
Totally. And Taki's comments really reflected that emotional side. He apparently admitted this Korean debut was a dream he'd had for a long time. And he was nervous, worried he wouldn't be able to say what he truly felt in Korean. But he said that nervousness is gone now, replaced by just happiness and pride. Sharing that vulnerability probably makes their determination feel even more real to the fans, the RUNEs.
I bet. And that kind of deep emotional investment, you imagine it fuels the performance itself.
Yeah.
Fuma described their choreography as being like a drama, a living narrative, not just shifting formations. What does that look like?
It sounds like they're using the stage itself as a storytelling tool. Fuma emphasized that all 9 of them have to move like a single unit, putting emotion into every single movement.
More than just perfect synchronization.
Yeah, it's like a collective performance piece. It requires absolute unity. And this teamwork, this collective strength, which Maki also mentioned when talking about overcoming challenges, seems to be what they see as their edge in such a crowded field.
Oh, okay, but let's push back a bit. There's stepping onto one of the most competitive stages in the world music scene. That immediate goal Joe mentioned, getting a first-place win on a Korean music show, especially in a packed month like October, isn't that a massive long shot? Did the source acknowledge how tough that is?
Oh, the source definitely acknowledges the environment. October is a battlefield. But interestingly, the members seem to use that as motivation. Fuma actually said he found it energizing, standing alongside so many great artists.
Okay, turning pressure into fuel.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
And Joe was clear that first-place win is the concrete, immediate target because those shows have such huge global visibility. A win isn't just for Korea. It's instant, undeniable proof of their quality beamed out to the rest of the world.
So it loops right back to the global launch plan. The win is the proof of concept for the international audience they're courting.
Precisely. And even that win, it's not the end goal, it's just a step.
Yeah.
Maki explicitly called the Korean debut a bridge to higher ground,
Higher ground meaning.
meaning beyond Korea and Japan. Succeed here, then greet the RUNEs through a world tour. And Maki even shared his personal dream, performing at Lollapalooza someday.
Lollapalooza. Okay, that really puts the ambition into perspective. That clarifies everything, doesn't it? The 3 years, the concept shift, the rock hip hop sound, the intense language prep, the global producers. It's all designed to get them onto those major international festival stages.
Exactly. It's not just about CD sales or chart positions, though those matter. It's about conquering the global live music circuit in the long run.
It's quite a story. A team rising again, as the album title suggests, but not really from failure, more like rising from a period of intense strategic preparation, ready for the toughest fight in their field.
Yeah, their ambition seems pretty boundless, measured against the world stage they want to command.
So, for you listening, what's the main takeaway here? I think it's that Intime's Korean debut with Back to Life isn't just another release. It's a really ambitious, carefully planned new starting line. It's less an arrival and more the moment they hit go on their global blueprint.
And remember that core message from the album, rising after pain, trusting that revived instinct to push forward. So, the final thought we wanted to leave you with is this. Look at Intime's strategy. They had huge success, real comfort in Japan, but knew they needed to tackle the home stage barrier for that next level of global credibility. Where in your own life, maybe professionally or personally, are you choosing credibility over comfort right now? What challenge requires that kind of revived instinct to tackle?
Something to ponder as you maybe check out the new mini album. Thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive into Intime's fascinating strategic move. And just a reminder, all these insights came from the fantastic reporting over at Dispatch Voices.